Hi guys, so a debate took place on Tuesday over new measures to deal with the pandemic, and while I was recording this, the parliamentary session was still ongoing. However, respect where it is due, and while I'm deeply critical of the Tories, I think it's important to call out good behaviour when it happens. Here is Huw Merriman, the MP for Bexhill and Battle, providing a counter to the idiots like Steve Baker and Desmond Swayne. As I said, I think it's important to point out when someone you disagree with is doing the right thing. Let's hear what he had to say.
There is a larger issue at play which I find infuriating. Over 80% of my constituents have got themselves vaccinated. They are keeping themselves safe and their communities safe. They are minimising their own impact on the NHS. There are a small minority who are not playing by the same rules and have the temerity to lecture me on freedom. Let me tell them this. Their freedom to remain unvaccinated and then do as they choose is reducing the freedoms of those who have done the right thing for themselves and the wider community. As a Conservative, I believe that rights are not absolute. They have to come with responsibilities. Being a cavalier for freedoms is what we were sent to this place to be. Being cavalier about the health of the public is contrary to that principle. With that in mind, I will be supporting these proportionate and limited measures this evening.
Hear, hear, well said. And while I probably don't agree with Huw on many things, I think he's sending the right message to the public. It's important that members of Parliament on the Tory side of the bench stand up to the likes of Steve Baker and Desmond Swayne. Look, Steve Baker and Desmond Swayne don't care about freedom. Yes, they claim to, but why did they campaign, vote and continue to support the ending of freedom of movement, something that greatly benefited the British people? When it comes to protecting the public, they simply don't care. They pretend to care about freedoms but are more interested in carving out a power base within the Tory party. Either that or they are just seeking attention. And what's interesting when it comes to the pandemic is that there is a dividing line. What I mean is if you look at the people who generally support Brexit, they're against these mask mandates and other measures to protect the public, claiming to be defenders of freedom. Just don't mention freedom of movement to them. Actually, I would love for a journalist the next time they interview Steve Baker, for example, ask him, do you care about freedom? He will say yes, of course, and then ask him about freedom of movement for the British people. Anyway, kudos to you here. Now, if we go to his Wikipedia page, you can probably see this dividing line. Towards the bottom it says, he supported the UK remaining within the European Union in the 2016 UK EU membership referendum. Remainers wanted to protect freedom of movement. They also wanted to protect workers' rights, environmental protections and product standards. Brexiteers seem to be afraid of a piece of cloth while demanding the end of freedom of movement and being pro-virus, it seems. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot.